Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Creative Hustle podcast show. Settings. Big up.
Thank you. Wrap it up.
All right. Now, the next question, I'm going to go straight to Presto as well. Presto, this is for you. This is fatherhood. Tell me, what do you hope to instill in your children, and how do you approach teaching them? So, the way we were raised back home, I mean, we had, I don't want to say absentee parents, because that's a black word, apasiado. Like, your father was not there. Our mothers and fathers were there. They were just not there, if you understand what. If you know, you know. They were there, but they were not there.
But some of them were not there, honestly.
There, but some were there, but they were not present. So they were there with the remote. Oh, end up a bedroom.
But remember, they were a product of something else too.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That generation and that era was different. How do you process? How do you take that fatherhood? How do you walk through the path of fatherhood with your children?
Oh man, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
But then again, you know, I'm just a person. You know, I mean, I'm a human being.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not gonna be perfect.
So there's also the emotional aspect of it, but it's a way of finding myself too, you know, and learning from these kids, because I think the mistake most of us make is to think that we act like we own these kids.
They're not our tools.
Yeah,
we were taught that though. We were taught that.
Yeah, you know, but now learning that and trying to give them the space and, you know, the freedom to make choices.
That's correct.
And yet again, me trying to be a responsible
father,
a role model.
Because they learn most by observing.
Yeah.
You know, so by default, if I work on myself, it's
they will definitely on them.
On them. So that's my main point when I speak about this stuff. I like to encourage people to know themselves first. Everybody think that they know themselves, and which is true to that perspective of who
you are, who you think you are. Yeah.
But there's more to it.
That's right.
There's always room for growth and improvement.
I like that. Big up. And I like the fact that you also mentioned, people don't forget this, the kids are a reflection of you.
Yeah.
The energy, and not all of it, not all of it.
Even your husband, you know.
It's a reflection, relationship is a reflection of you. So you have people, which Mara, I'm coming to the next question for you because we're getting your husband and each one.
Thank you very much.
All right. But when people are talking, right, there are these places, people who are in toxic spaces, right? I don't like my children, or I don't like my spouse. And you're like, you do understand, if you're having a repetitive pattern of either dating or marrying or your children are fighting you, it's a reflection of you.
Exactly.
They're giving you your energy back. Yeah. You can't give negativity and therefore expect us to embrace you. It doesn't work like that.
Really. You get what you give.
Yeah. Ileana, one of my neighbors is a white guy and he's old. So the way Social Security is set up, so they've got an apartment for him. They've moved him from a nursing home because they didn't want to be there. So sometimes he hits me up, let's have coffee, and I'm going to say, hey, how you doing, bro? Where are your kids? It's Christmas, where are your kids? Like, in Africa, we don't do this. Even if your parent is toxic, we pull up. Where are your kids? The guy's like, I don't know, my daughter went to London because she doesn't talk to me. I'm like, so when you had her around, did you talk to her? Because some parents don't make time.
It's a different culture.
They don't speak to the kids.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
And that's also a different culture.
I agree.
Big up. Thank you for putting a pin on that.
Yeah.
Mara, to you, since we're looking for a husband for you.
An intelligent one.
An intelligent one.
Articulate.
Hey, you're already answering the question. So, when you're looking as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's moving from another culture, and you're now in Seattle, what attracts you? What are these elements you want other men to know? Like, this is what women in my era or in my landscape. This is what we're looking. You were thinking I need a Jameson and DJ Shinsky mix every Friday night, but maybe you need something else. What turns up your lights?
So I think for me personally, I have been so empowered by the men in my life that I cannot settle for less. You know, I've been so empowered. I've seen my father. He's a good businessman. He, you know, like the comparison that I don't want to say comparison, but the empowerment that I've had as a woman is so top tier. And so, number one, don't waste my time. You know, come with content. for y'all who are listening.
Yeah, come with content.
Come with something that's gonna challenge my mind.
Oh, you like being in like challenge, like push up.
And again, I want a friendship. I want a friend.
Right.
You know, I want somebody I can trust. I want somebody who can be my friend. It's just not about the. So imagine yourself. You have a good friend who's gonna beste yako mzuri. You have a very good friend who's close to you, and then you add some passion to it. You add some romance to it, some love to it. You know, then that creates a person that I want. You know, and those are some of the standards I feel like we as women will look for. The other thing, tukona shida. Some of these men are coming from families who are single mothers. They're being raised by their mothers.
I was raised single mother, so I know what you're talking about.
You know? So they don't have that father figure in their life. And also they don't have somebody to look up to. As unajua, baba anafaa kukuwa hivi, anachunga mama, anafanya all those good stuff, provider, protector, security, all this good stuff. Because they don't have that. So guess what? And the mom was struggling probably at the point they were having them. So kuna kitu na miss.
There's always something missing.
Yeah,
you have to find yourself.
Yes, there is something that is missing there, and because that's missing, you cannot be your higher self, your better self.
The higher version of masculinity you can't.
Yes, you cannot. And then there's some people who are just coming from great families. Mamake and babake yametoka.
Both families. Present.
The parents are still there. They've been married for over 40 years. Blah blah blah. And they had their own issues, of course. But there's that love. Love. And then kuna culture yati ujiona babako akikesi mama yako.
Oh yeah.
You know, like how? So kama ujiona, how will you know how to treat a woman?
If you don't know, yeah.
If you don't know, if your dad, everything was. Mamako wako huko yetu ni kumletea chakula na kumwosha mkono na kumwacha na news. You know? You can move from go with that. Then how you gonna, as a child growing up, how are you gonna know how a woman is supposed to be treated? You know, so those are the type of aspects that I feel for me a man is supposed to have. You know, you're supposed to be able to know how to nurture a woman. You're supposed to be able to know how to love a woman, read her, and for that, because you have that, then it makes you even want to be more like higher self. You want to be like, okay, unajua nini? Nimekosa leo lakini tusikasirikiana siku mbili kwa nyumba tuongeleshane.
Yeah. I like that. The friendship.
Yeah, friendship aspect.
The friendship is big.
Yeah.
I think Preston, if I come to you, Preston and me discussed this before a while back about both male and female. We both have masculine and feminine energy. You don't want to overlap the other.
The other one.
Sasa watu kama sisi tutoka kwa single mother, unless ulijitrain, because me nilipitia roughness. Sikuwa nimejua nililearn the masculinity vibe when I came to Stito. Because back home unajua kila mtu alikuwa hizo zilikuwa siku za watu kula balips na kumka jimigathu.
Shila mwenyewe.
Bro, huwezi pata dem kama uko unafanya
na mkono. Alafu dema na chora sawa.
Like wewe like you're not masculine at all. Like you can't talk protect. Yani wewe hizo
bro.
Ilikuwa mademo wanapenda machali. Hata na wewe bad boys ilikuwa in between.
Mababis.
Depending where you come from, right? So tukishilangata mababis ndio. Ama demo kama babi huko. Laso kikuja hawa kama tena soft. So kikuja face ya maisili kila mtu unajua bodybuilder, calligraph Jones and then replicate your time. So ilikuwa hiyo time kila mtu kwa hivi. Lakini ukikam Stato now it's merging the two. Number one, what was Stato they don't the diaspora Africans they don't see attractiveness as what we saw in Kenya. And the attractiveness is how do you speak, how do you handle conflict, how do you introduce me to people. Si bado tumetoka huko Kenya na zile za unachukizwa matikiza songa. React. But you have to learn like from many toxic relationships like bro, kuna understanding. Vile Presto amesema watoto wangu si tools. Bibi yangu si kuja hapa fanya hivi. Siku moja
ataniosha mkono.
Unaenda wapi? Usi mtu wako like this is a grown adult. Ametoka kwake. And the concept you said about friendship is very important. Kuna hii concept walisema side note alafu na Presto. They was talking about back in the day we were so against arranged marriages. Nobody liked it. But
against
if you arranged marriages, arranged relationships. But from before, if you look at the history before, marriages was like like a business. Like it's your family. In my family, we're gonna work it out so our kids don't suffer. In between here, we'll curate things because love, the emotion, lakini you have to remember, it has to be more than emotion. It has to be even after, like if there's a conflict, we remind ourselves of the common goal. Rent lazima ilipwe, watoto lazima waende chuo. At the end of the day, bro, ni kama say like back in the day tumekuwa dole, we were excited about kumangana, so ilikuwa strange. Unajua hii generation sasa kila kitu iko nje. Unajua ile time ilikuwa bro watu na magoti tu pale kwa SDA church, kuna kama magoti. Hey! Hiyo ni sexy.
Na unajua watu walikuwa wanapaka kamisi.
Na watu wanapaka kamisi. For those who don't know, kamisi was like a tent on the inside. Parachute to help you land. Kamisi kwa tent. Na zilikuwa nje black, grey, but
alafu kulikuwa mpaka ile kamisi ile refu hivi.
Yes,
na kuna ile na half.
Kuna lingerie. Kuna wife sasa anachaga lingerie. Unaona hii lingerie naomba hiyo ni kamisi refu. Inatoka hapa mpaka huko. But presto back to it. You ilikuwa na form, if you notice back in the day, there were stronger relationships once that is there. Like the way the newer generation out on a movie like, oh, unipati unifanyia na bro, you don't understand. You'll lose your job. You'll get sick. You lose your kids. Something will happen. Hakuna hii path mnafikiri tutapata hiyo ishe. Mwana didi. Mwana marriage life. Tunajua kwa nyumba. Presto, what do you think about relationship marriages? What is your chiming on this one?
Yeah, so for me, I know that marriage should be a reflection of bringing the two energies together, whereby they supplement each other. You know, so we've been taught that the husband will provide, and the man is this guy, is strong, is this, is whatnot. But what we've not been told that, you know, men also have emotional needs, and they carry them so heavily sometimes. It's not even talked about. You know, we've not been. And on the other hand, we've been taught that the woman is weak.
Yeah, you told her.
You know, so from the jump, we
already set up to fail. We set up to fail. For real, we set up to fail. Exactly.
You know.
I want to hear more of that from a man's perspective, actually.
Yeah, and now coming now into marriage, remember now, anything you're going through is to take you a step closer to the best version of yourself. So even if you're in a marriage with this guy who is, according to you, is like this guy who doesn't care about me and whatnot, you're meant to be in that place
to learn,
not to let the external affect who you are.
The internal, yes.
You see, but until we all realize that, we're gonna
have a lot of relationship
issues we have, and we face them, all of us. But when I talk to you, the same thing. When I talk to my friend, it's the same thing. You know,
it's a common thing.
And the same thing for the women. We're all experiencing the same thing. You know, but no one is teaching us on how to work this thing out.
Even when Mara was talking about when she chimed in and said about the men, also in single mother, it's broken pieces. So you met broken men. Some of us have met broken women.
Who didn't have a father figure probably?
They don't know how to receive it. You just said about bad boys. That is bad. That's a nurturing thing. There's no way you wake up in the morning to love somebody who does not look like he has a future. You did not grow up with that. You did not end up in this country with such a character. Your father was working somewhere living, stable, bringing food home. Why are you dating this person who was never paid? He was never asked you, hey bro, you went to the hospital the other day, how did you pay for it? It's a trauma response.
Yeah, exactly, and it's up to each and every one of us to heal ourselves.
I like that.
That's right. It's our responsibility.
Yes.
It's a personal responsibility. You have to choose to say, I want to be a better brother. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better wife, girlfriend. Huwezi katuma hadi eti, okay, well, you gotta treat me, what do you call it these days? You guys say princess.
Passenger princess.
Yeah, soft life stuff. Yeah, which soft life? Because I'm soft. It was not written for it to be soft at all.
That's big.
That's the Delulu.
Yeah,
Denis
that's
Chongo.
Yeah. With no solu.
No solu. Some serious stuff. Anyway, let's loop around. Thank you again, guys, for coming and making time. Let's talk about let's land back to mother country. You've been there lately. What did you see changes? Miss you at home like 16 years, so I don't know much. Tell me, how was it? What did you like about it? And then prepare to tell us how your trip was to. Was it Arizona or was it Alabama? Alabama. Yeah. Tell me, how was it?
I love it that we're all travelers. We're experiencing life in different. Even you, good job. I see you've been all over the country.
Small grass.
Good job. No, traveling expands your mind experience, I believe. So, South Africa is fine. Kenya was amazing. Thank you for the good time. I had a good time. There is a lot that's happening. I want to say there's a lot that's happening in Kenya.
The politics one, the Gen Zs and stuff. Hey.
The kuna politics mingi. I try not to get into politics so much.
But the temperature,
country, we need to do better. As a country, we can do so much better. Kenya, Africa, I love Africa, honestly. I love Africa. And that's the reason why actually I've started my tours in Africa now. Because I was just doing most of Europe, but I'm doing now Africa. Because I want to understand Africa kuna nini? What is it?
Why is it people fighting around? There's something around. Yeah.
I'm very curious. And also not even the fighting. Africa kuna kwanga like nature huko, hewa ya huko iko aje. I'm trying to experience that and have a good time with that. So because Kenya, we need to do good as a country. Like we need to choose leaders. We don't have leaders. We have politicians.
And politicians will disappoint you.
Yeah, we need leaders. Tunahitaji viongozi that can lead the country, that can say, hey, we're here for you guys. Let's do this. Let's do that. So we need to do better. They were voting. Gen Z, acheni kulala, come and vote.
Kujeni vote.
Anzeni kuvote. And start, because in the future, honestly, we are, maybe they're in Gen Z.
Yeah.
We are the... So we need to choose leaders. And I believe we have a lot of energy, and I also believe we can do better.
I like that.
Because we always have to evolve.
We have to, new policies, new constitution, kila kitu lazima ianze upya.
Katiba imebadilika. Tumebadilisha katiba. We need to get to that position. We need that authority to get there. Then we can change the narrative. Because now, as we can see, the older generation is going. So and then to pen space, let everybody shine.
Yeah, I know that.
And bring people to the stage. Msifikiri tu umekuwa hapo for 50 years surely kina muda wetu.
Lakini ujafanya kitu bro at some point.
Unafanya nini? Swache mtu mwingine ati. Let's change.
What can you add on this? What can you add on the Gen Z and what you see the temperature back home? What do you see about it? You spoke very well before we started the podcast about it was meant to happen. What do you mean by that? Everything was meant to happen.
Yeah, so I feel that we go through cycles, and we just caught up we are at the end of that cycle, and we're experiencing it. So it really doesn't matter what
we think is going to happen
or what's going to happen. But what is important is if we stay centered and we keep on knowing who we are and not be controlled by fear, by greed, by lust, by these things. As we think about them and as we know them as sins, if we are able to avoid those and stick to our routine, these external factors will
bother us very much.
Because whatever is meant to happen is going to happen.
That's right.
With or without you.
Yeah. And we just
change is inevitable.
Ask for the grace to live through it. And change what we can. If we cannot change other stuff, we just let it be.
We let it be. We don't stress ourselves. I think knowing that the forces that are above us, the forces that be, are stronger than us. Play your place. Just give me out. So you mean it. Don't stress.
100%. Yeah. So with that being said, man, I think to that are going in a
better place in the future. I like Gen Zs. I think they're very wana sukuma sana. They're very persistent. Circling back on this politicians and their fake promises, I like what Murara is doing. I wish us in the diaspora would do more, but there's all our own challenges by itself. So we can only do so much in terms of like supporting them with what they want. Now, what about you, Presto? Let's go back to what was in Alabama. Me, I had a bad experience there. How was your Alabama experience?
No, Mobile. Yeah, it was a family wedding.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah, so.
Congratulations to the new wins.
Yeah, for sure.
Were you at Birmingham?
Mobile.
Oh, Mobile. Mobile is, how far is Mobile from Birmingham?
Everybody knows Birmingham.
Birmingham, bro, yeah.
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, good. It's 3 hours. Birmingham's 3 hours away, so that's 6 hours to London.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it was good, man. Just hanging out with people, meeting new people, and getting to be around family.
I like that. Family is key, and even the structure, just kids seeing or people around seeing what family is about. That was what Mara was talking about. Absentee celebrations like this, because I host MCs, right? I host weddings, I host stuff, and one of the things I miss is that. Like when we were growing up, we used to be taken to places. So you already know how the structure of community. Then right now, because of how individualistic America can be, we're not meeting.
That's right.
I love food. We're not forcing people to get married, of course, situationships, whatever. But we need to create a way where we can have community. 𝐿𝐿𝐾𝐒, to talk about things. So that when you are growing, you need people. This is your community. All right. Now, we have 2 more questions. Thank you again for making time, guys. Thank you again for making time. Yeah, so something is coming up for Wakulima.
Yes.
Share with us. What's coming up? What's the future of Wakulima? What should people expect from you?
Yes. So everybody is welcome to Mavuno Festival. Mavuno means harvest. Mavuno is a Swahili word. And the purpose of Mavuno is to say thank you to Mother Nature for beautiful season.
It's like harvest. Yeah.
Celebrate. Come out. We're gonna post a flyer here, and everybody is welcome to Mavuno Festival. It's gonna be lit. My vibes and a special guest.
Special guest. Let's work on it, right?
So Mavuno is coming up on the 19th. The future of Wakulima is very bright.
Correct.
We are still on the process of getting our own land.
Yes.
And finally, sisi kama wa Kenya, tunaweza sema tuko na land America.
We have a spot. We have
our own.
That's why I want the president to be here today.
Yes.
Check it out. We have a space.
So,
it's ours. Miguu kwa ground.
Presto hapa hivi anakuja kulima kwa hiyo.
Tunakuja kulima.
Sasa analima shamba yake proper smart.
Okay.
Presto ni yako and your family.
Yeah.
Enjoy. So that's the future of Wakulima.
Yeah.
And again, don't forget Mavuno October 19th.
Mavuno October 19th. We're gonna be Kent. I'll post the address here for you.
Yeah.
And also, congratulations again. I think want to say for the environmental justice move you guys did.
Oh yes.
Big up on that one.
Thank you.
And before I get to Presto, so you can wrap this really well. What is environmental justice? Because pia mimi kutoka Kenya nilipoanza kuna hizo vitu, what is environmental justice? Ni nini exactly?
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Sikukuwa najua environmental justice till the other day, honestly speaking.
Me too. Climate change.
And how I came to know about it personally. So I told you I walk every morning, right?
Yeah.
When I walk, barabara. So ni barabara, and it's a lot of warehouses and trucks. So ninatembea nasikia hapa ni hewa yenye navuta nasikia unajua ile harufu ya truck. You know the smell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is the environment like this? Nikikumbuka nilikuwa Ngong Hills and I was on top of the mountain and the fresh air. Like I think Ngong. Yes. So and the air was breathing is so fresh and I'm like, I'm breathing toxic. Like honestly. What am I breathing? Kwa nini navuta hiyo hewa yenye inakaa hivyo na inasikia mpaka like it's not fine. Yeah. So I think that's what environmental justice is. The climate is changing and then we need to be able to say, hey, how can we improve the climate? You know, how can we improve what we are breathing?
This is ours.
Ama kwenye kwa kijabu na kupatanga unafanya hivi dust.
Yeah. Unaongea kwa ushahidi exactly.
Mkwa wasafi mwache, cleanliness is next to godliness.
For real, the air you smell, the air you're breathing in your house, you have not dusted your fan in like 7 months. Your Mbona na bali nini zitoaje hizo vitu si vents ndio hizo vitu zinafuma si fa ndio hizo vitu
za amazeo
wewe kwa hiyo kitu kifunga yule ndio kizungu imeishia kizungu imeishia ndio hizo
ati nini
what is it called
vitu gani tukifanya nini
so much window
blinds
imekuwa blind to the blinds but hata blinds like you don't clean them so unawasha AC but you're blowing dust una distribute dust kutoka kwa kitchen to the living room then from the living room alafu unashindwa kasui kama sasa tunakaa kwa kaishangi ama una like vitu na stuffy the house is stuffy fungua dirisha clean kidogo paka hizo hizo spray hizo vitu maka hata mkono za handa za nyumba kwa sababu unajua tu piga tu kadini kawaida kama zile sanitation wipes piga tu hapo tu ndio mara moja usikage tu Chayako ni a separate place. Inakaa crime scene. Toka skuli kula tacos crime scene. Ujaika ukiangalia hiyo ikai wewe. Ndio kibrasha. Shaosha bro. Anyway,
nilikuwa nakwambia that's what I was telling you.
You've seen those others.
Nilikuwa nakwambia we're a product of nature. Honestly, ukitoka hapo nje uvute like mimi sipendengi kukoa in closed spaces for too long because you need to breathe in something fresh, no? Lazima usikie hewa kwa ajibu.
Even though our lungs are supposed to process stuff.
Exactly. So when we're doing that, it's so much better for even our health, our everything. Hata akili yako lakini kama udust hujatoka 3 years surely.
Yeah.
Unakaa uniji akili yako ina function aje.
And Preston taught me something. He told me one of the best ways to process information, come out with conflict, especially conflict. We never got to talk about conflict.
Unaona drama.
Drama, bro.
That's drama.
Exactly, drama. Can take up. So Preston information. When you have like a situation where it's like overwhelmingly kuna emotional bombs that come. Anambia sasa nyingine kata hiyo simu ama usijibu hiyo email ama usijibu hiyo message ende utembee. Ende utembee usijiongelesha ukalafu watu kama sisi tunaenda Jamaica by air. Tunaenda hivyo enda huko uongo hata ujiongelesha tu kifikiria huyu Maura who does she think she's talking to? Ende tuongelesha by the time unarudi unajua Maura anakuwa na fucking best yangu. Kama wana bado niongelesha hivyo like you calm down. Something about that. Even water, big water, uko karibu na maji, you have like water around you. So sisi tuko karibu na Lake Washington huko. Kuna kitu mimi na wasi na katika speaker, anatuongelesha tumejamiana kitu na maji tu. Unafanya tu. Kuna something about it. What's the thinking about nature for you?
Yeah, so for me, kujua tu the fact that mzee kwa connected na kila kitu.
That's right.
And you know, na pia when watu wengine wanasema, you know, so you can learn from experience ama tunaangalia kutoka watu wengine.
What the experience is, yes.
So along my journey kana notice man watu wengi sana wanasema connected kwenye inawasaidia. But also the fact that even me growing up,
oh, nice. Uligrow kwa shamba?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So hata pia tulikuwa na pia moja ya kiatu.
Bro amechukua dada yangu bro ilikuwa siku yangu bro. What Gen Z does not know. Your time ilikuwa.
President danganya. Mmoja anasema computer. Anasema kwa ni get remote shwali.
Bro, unacheka brother hapa na hiyo jeans this week. You have it next week. Niko fia itatoka kwa family.
Guy for real kuna shave vitu.
Hey, magari. Wale bwana nunua. Na blake tu kubwa. So, unaona vile wabeni wanasemaga presto. Wanasemaga ma presto, wanasemaga fitted suit. Sasa kuna fitted suit. Ilikuwa tu suit tu ilikuwa kama blanket. You have to grow into it. Yaani wewe unapata
hapo ndani.
Hii suit ilikuwa 1991. 1998 ndio inakuwa fitted. Sasa imefika saa fitted. Ulianza kwa class 1.
Sasa mkivaa hivyo na kila mtu kwa size different.
Kila mtu alikuwa anamaanisha the same thing. Kila mtu alikuwa anafanya you're growing into it. It's a poverty mindset.
Yeah.
Ili una grow into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, wanaendelea tukigrow.
Wanafikiri ilikuwa tunajua tukipata sababu tulikuwa na hairstyle tulikuwa na underliner. Hapana, sababu take time. Ndio nywele grow ndio kupeleka.
Juice na do.
Hakuna line up, ile line up kama nyinyi. Si kitu hapo ilikuwa. Ilikuwa hivyo bro.
Msiteseke.
Kama mimi wapatie patience.
Preso. Kiatu moja shambani.
Hebu mwambie kuna kiatu navaa I match. No, the kiatu I match.
Ati shule ungevaa viatu? Juu watu wengine wana? Sasa tu utakuwa mdogo kwa lipo.
Why you laughing? Maura, akudanganyi?
No.
Akudanganyi?
No, najua ni lakini
Form 4 yangu.
inabambisha.
The last school ilikuwa ya Uche Keroka.
Gani pole?
Unacheza. Watu wa Uche. Alafu waambie ukikuwa umetoka kama place simply but from a place like slightly privileged. Out to water and expect wewe kama unashania. So like you have to tone it down.
Wow, because the other ones are broke.
So to present for me, it's more like trying to
Tone it
get
down.
along with everybody. Yeah, some way.
Mimi kama niko na vitu naona viatu.
Tapigwa paka.
That's
Oh, yeah, by the way, that's
yeah.
Rich, wealthy people,
Yeah.
that's how they move. Kwanza kwa Seattle, I think one of the best things I've learned about Seattle is how to de-escalate my capitalism. Kutoka Kansas ilikuwa how much do you have? How big is your house? How big is your car? Alafu kuna mtu wa dosi, uliona jana na gavana, uliona tani jana na gavana. Uliona ile truck tungempigia basi. Ule chana na nyumba Medina.
But also, I don't think it's just about the money aspect of it. Like what he said is, unaona vitu vyetu, una connect na nature, una connect na nature. Hiyo mchanga kukushika, hata kushika mchanga ukifanya kazi kwa shamba, is just a connection to nature, you know. And with that, I think ina hii hata vitu mingi. Like for example, kuna mama mwingine hapo analima na mimi, she used to be so depressed. Honestly, she's one of my farmers. She used to be so depressed, but since she started coming to the farm, she's mpaka sasa ananiambia kwa nini season imeisha. Niko like sini ni weather. You know, it's just the weather is mother nature. So like vitu kama hizo, it's just like connection. Every time I go to home, I go to Kenya, I take my shoes off. Nikifika kwa airport tunatoanga viatu na
nasikia tu
so I can have the connection. And I think most of that, like, you look at it, tunafaa ku look forward to, you know, connection with nature, especially kama wewe ni mtu wa nature. Everybody is different. Kuna watu wenye wanapenda maji, kuna watu wenye wanapenda mchanga. You know, when you have that connection, you have a purpose. You have a purpose. You're living your life with an intention. Uko na hiyo intention.
That's true. Presto, what's the future of Presto? What should we look forward to? We already discussed. Session, but we want you to tell us in the future. Next session to discuss more about our music, the future projects coming up. But what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so to be honest, the future is now, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Presto's coming with the boys.
Presto's matata baby.
Presto. Ndio nisema utakuwa life coach.
Atokaje hivi na nilikuwa nachua watu wana viatu. Alikuwa sasha you. Which private school did you go?
Ati ana viatu ati wana share tena.
Sikizi mawazo yanatoa.
Ati mimi nakuwa humble na tembea tu nyumbani ati tukutotana. No, tutotani.
Nataka kungoja ile tukutane.
Alafu unasikia ni gig. Computers. Home away so
I like that though. You say something present, eh?
Yeah.
At the end of life, right? At the end of life, this first is not guaranteed. By the way, I rest in peace to Kevin Mutombo. Now topic what topic like not Kevin like 58. So what we used to think was middle age is not middle age anymore.
Yeah.
I'm 39. This is my last year in my 30s, right? nishapita ile half yenye wale nafikiri half inapita. There are more years behind me than ahead of me. Sasa hivi life expectancy is 75, 70. Si 100 hata utaenda huko.
Na mimi nakuwa 100 unasema nini?
Okay.
Mimi na presto kwa kule. Sasa tunajichunga bwana.
Historia hii yote ni mental.
Yeah.
Nimemaanisha kwamba the more you age.
Oh, yes. I like that. The more you see the world negatively because negativity in pause.
But is it from zero generation? Ukipata kidogo unapona.
That's right. Ukipona kidogo unapona.
Yes, unafanya moderation ukapona.
So nini nakwambia weza unataka.
Bring easy. Wanaitaje? James ma germs. Wewe president of germs. President of my germs.
Nilikuwa kwa Dr. Joe Arnold's conferences na akasema hizo vitu ni germs. Ni man-made.
Yeah, think about it. Because
surgeons, top surgeons,
they are man-made. They infections are created in the labs. Yeah.
Because not even that, it brings back to everything is so mental.
Una assume
The mind is power of man.
what you tell your mind.
Now, I think we need to do a study on the mind, and I'm trying to start to do that because nasikilizana kwa degree a lot. Potential laws of power and mastery. So I think akili yetu iko na vitu we can like. It's so powerful that whatever you really think, ukifikiria ati unapiga ukifikiria ati unajua nini nikienda kwa post office na jitu ni bills guess what
ile theory unasema kuna book nisoma kuna theory unasema ukidrive Honda kwa freeway na Honda yako kama Tesla yako ni white na ushaje Tesla ni white utaanza kuona Tesla white kuna vile uone gari zingine utaona ile Tesla nyingine kwa hivyo so ukiambia mind yako na hii pia kama concept tunaongea biashara business relationship ukishaambia tunasema kama demo wanakuwa hivi wewe ushaambia universe even though mimi nataka nini na nataka ndio hivyo utakuwa unapata tunakuwa hivyo ndo akili yako it's like most you are aligning things macho yako inaweza kuwa na vision ya kitu kimeshaambia akili
ndio kwa design kwa
but then we can control it.
You change your mind, you observe it. You have to let it just be, but you don't let it, you can't uwezi achieve kwa core ya foundation yako ya thinking. Unaona ndio mambo ya Kenya. Jeleza napitia. I can't control and kwa I know what's going on. I just have to be. I'm watching, observing. I don't soak it in. Na masili na mahema. What is it going to do?
Sasa hiyo part ya observe ndio inakuanga
because we taught to react. Umetoka ku react mezoea lazima I have to chip in.
So unasikia on average 6,000 thoughts in a day.
That's true.
60,000, yeah.
90% of those are negative.
Even the stuff you
Unajua mimi siwezi
wa. Si Mungu alisema
mimi ni karibu rani. Mimi sina prestoni ya
imagine baba amekamana kidogo uliwe kwa sababu kuna kondoo. There was no sheep.
Acha mimi. You say so is what you tell your mind you can be vegetarian.
I can't be.
You can be vegetarian.
I want to be one day. I can start small, like maybe Sundays. When I have a go, that's what I do a sip of soup. But I get there. Actually, Mungu la nyama literally Thursday through Sunday. So Monday to Wednesday like nyama.
Okay.
Alafu Mungu fast sana Monday Tuesday. I fast a lot Monday Tuesday. So Monday Tuesday I have one meal a day. I make someone meal. Supper.
You don't eat breakfast?
Breakfast and coffee.
I mean like yeah.
No, I don't eat anything else. The whole day. Alafu jioni nitaenda workout, pikika smoothie, kidogo ifueni Alafu of course wife anaanza jump. When the beat nini? Okay, ndo nakula. Alafu ndo ndio time. Those 2 days. 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Actually like we barely eat. When we were working together, we barely eat. Like ukijifunza ku train body yako isikuwe dependent on sugar. Unakuwa more alert. Uko kile hizi cravings too much. Like una train body yako unajua kwa sababu especially in my line of work. So nilikuwa na jana. Mimi sikula jana the whole night because I have to work. I have to network. So emotions zangu ziko tied to work. If I start eating, naweza kuwa relaxed. Ulisema ugali na kwa starch. My hair.
But then I was wondering, nilikuwa na shaka utokula saa ngapi?
No, I don't eat it. I don't eat at weddings flag. I eat at home. Ukijitrain home. Because presto, ukiwa na toxic dependent relationship with the food, ndio hiyo obesity constitute.
Na iko mbaya?
Wezi la kuna boy wangu my father made to not sleep without coke. No, okay. Coke. Bro, sasa kuna like dakika siku 3 nne. Like what no 3 minutes. Yeah. Na hiyo sugar ina affect ni yako ina upset. Yeah. Ni yako iko. And ladies and gentlemen, we've been deep today. We'll come back again in another episode to talk more about this. Anyway, parting words from Kwasi. Wait, parting quotes. Where they can follow you on social media.
So I just want to encourage everyone to be themselves, man, and find out who you are. And it's simple as every day asking, who am I and what am I? Just ask those questions and you're gonna get an answer. And trust the answer that
comes to you. Listen to understand. Open yourself.
Yes. And let's all bring love to earth, man.
Yeah.
Let's make it a better place. You can follow me at Kwasi Kabiro, and also check out the Vision Craft. That's Vision with a K. Vision Craft. VISION and KRAFT.
Tutapata hapo.
In there.
Make sure you follow. Now when you see a set it, bingo. What about you, Mara? Give us a parting shot.
Man, you know my brother, my life coach, my new life coach.
New life coach.
Sisi ni kuset it.
Sisi tu ndio watu wa kuset it. Big up.